welcome back to my channel. My name is Shannon and I am the founder of oso.curly, which is a hair tools and accessories brand. I'm also an influencer, and in today's video we're going to be talking about all things branding. This video is kindly sponsored by Taylor Brands, so stay tuned to find out what this all-in-one solution is all about. Before we get into it, I just wanted to share that most product business owners actually white label their items, which means they simply buy the product from a wholesaler and they don't actually put like any branding onto the product, which is what a lot of Amazon sellers do too. But if you want to stand out even more in the market and have the desire to dominate the shelves and become a household name, then I really recommend that you think about creating a brand. So stick around to the end of the video to find out how I created my brand oso.curly. So tip number one is do your research. So you want to make sure that you do a lot of market research and really finding out if your product is actually in demand. You want to know that people are actually searching for your product type and actually buying and spending money on that product type. I just simply went to Google for this. There are a lot of retail market research websites. I'll leave some down below where you can see how much is being spent within that sector year by year, and you can kind of gauge whether it's growing or not and whether it's going to be a good industry for you to go in. Aside from that, if you are just really passionate about the type of product and you feel like it has a good audience, if you've already built interest in the product, you have a bit of a following behind you, say you're an influencer or a blogger or like a celebrity known person that you feel like you can sell to an audience and they will definitely buy whatever you sell to them, you could have an exception to the rule. But I would recommend, if you're thinking about creating a whole business and a whole brand instead of just a product like I mentioned before, definitely look into doing your research. Another thing to research is your competitors. See what other people who are selling similar products than you are doing, see what the demand is from them and see how they market their product and the pricing of their product and so on. You'll be able to get a good idea on how to structure your business just by looking at the other competitors within your niche. The second, of course, is branding, which covers your colors, your brand identity, your logo, and so on. This video is sponsored by Taylor Brands, which is a great service and one-stop shop to help with your brand creation and jump-starting your business. It's the world's first AI-powered logo design and branding platform, which is great for those who aren't good with graphic design like me, and for those that just have no inspiration on what their branding should look like. So this is what it looks like inside Taylor Brands. As you can see here, it has a few options for you, which is really cool. So you have the option to create a logo, a website, form your LLC, make social media posts, branded apparel, digital business cards, a domain name, and email accounts. So I'm just going to show you guys this logo maker, which I think is really cool. So you simply go in here and you enter your name. So I'm going to enter oso.curly and I'm going to get a design made. So if you have no idea what to do for your logo, this gives you a little guideline and actually can make a whole logo for you. So I'm selling physical goods, so I'm going to just tell them that. I'm going to go for name-based. And then you're able to choose a few styles that you like. So for us, I'd say like taller, thin, classy. So now it's gonna, with AI technology that I mentioned before, it's gonna create a logo for me, which is really good because when you're not good with design and you have no idea where to start, this is a good starting point. There is one that I like here, like this is very simple and nice. It's quite classy, like I mentioned. There's also option to see some more, it generates for you. But this is just, again, just like a good starting point, and it also puts it here for you to see what it would look like on different objects, and you can customize it too. So if you liked this but you want to change the color, or you want to change something else, it's going to continue to create what you want. Check out Taylor Brands with the link in my description box down below and use my code UKCURLYGIRLYT for 40% off. The third tip is to create a slogan and brand values and a story for your brand. A lot of people actually have on their website an about section of the brand, and you want to make sure that you tell a story within that section. And whenever you're approached by PR and stuff, people ask you about your brand, so you want to make sure you have a staple piece that you can always refer back to that really shares about you, your journey, and more about the brand. So when you think of your brand name, make sure that you actually check social media, you check the internet, and you check for business names via the government website to make sure that it is actually available on all platforms. So when I started Oso Curly, I searched Oso Curly in Instagram, YouTube, Google, and no one had it anywhere, so I made sure to snatch up that name. As soon as you can, make sure you sign up for all the socials with that name, and also buy a domain name and register the business name. Also really think into the name and the slogan that you're going to use, because you don't want to be embarrassed years down the line when you look back and you're, for example, with a lot of YouTubers, their name was like Bubblegum Tutu Shan, and now they've had to like rebrand and put their full name. So just try and think ahead of time. For example, with Oso Curly, imagine if I'd called it Satin Pillowcase Curly, and then further down the line, obviously we sell more than satin pillowcases, so you just don't want to box yourself into one niche. Number 4 is, of course, once you have your logo, your colouring, your branding, you then want to start to customize your products and your website and your socials with your brand colours, your logo, any type of thank you cards and stuff. You want to put your logo on that and match the colours. When it comes to product customization, you may not have the funds to have your logo actually printed on your product just yet in the beginning, which is something that happened with us when it came to our spray bottles. At first we didn't have the funds to actually have the logo printed on the bottle because it cost a lot more to have that done. So what we did is we bought the bottles plain just to test out the product and see if people actually wanted to buy it. And then what we did was we bought customized tags and we just put it around the bottle. So if you can't actually customize your product, think of other ways to customize, maybe a sticker that you could put on it, a little banner, a belly band, and then once you have the funding to actually get it customized, then you can do that. But don't let it stop you if you can't get your actual product customized. Tip number 5 is your content and your audience. So you want to really make sure that you understand who your target customer is, your target audience. How are you going to speak to them? What kind of language are you going to use? With Oso Curly, we try and keep everything really light and fun, and we talk about funny experiences with curly hair and the problems that people have with their hair. And we also have like a few emojis. So we have like the love heart, the curl emoji, and the love eye emoji. Those are the 3 emojis that we usually use in every single caption. And that is another way to separate you from other brands, because it's like you have your own little brand language, and your customers will get used to that language, and you just want to make sure you keep it consistent within your emails, within your social media captions, and also just on your website as well, the way that you describe your products and write about your story. Now the last tip on how to create a brand is to actually make things official. So once you've gone through 1 to 5 steps, you then want to make sure that everything is legally bound and you own everything. And that's where I would recommend you check out my video, how to make things official. I'll put the thumbnail up here or here, check that out. But it basically goes over how to file for your trademark, which means that you own your logo and you own your brand name, along with actually purchasing your domain name, which you can get from Taylor Brands as well. And you just want to make sure that no one else can copy your logo, they can't copy your name, which is why I would say leave this till last, just to make sure that you're actually secure and you're happy with the logo, the colours and the name of the brand before you actually go ahead and pay for the trademark. So I hope these tips were really helpful for you and you now have a better idea of how you can start to create an actual brand instead of just selling a product. If you have your own brand, I would love to check it out. Please leave it in the comments down below, and make sure to check out Taylor Brands and use my 40% off code UKCURLYGIRLYT. Everything is in the description. Hit that subscribe button for more content like this, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.